Tom Bower, who is the author of Betrayal, Power, Deceit and the Fight for the Future of the Royal Family, a book that's already a bestseller.
And I think that my mother could have learned a lesson.
She sold us the story of her pregnancies. She sold it hard. She presented herself as the Earth Mother, the radiant creator, battling the cruel press while nurturing life within her. It was central to her victim narrative. They're not just attacking me, the subtext screamed. They're attacking my unborn child. It was a shield, a powerful one. She sold us the image of the supermum, bouncing
June 4th at 11:40 a.m. in the trusted care, please spare me the treacle, in the trusted care of the doctors and staff at Santa Barbara.
That's fraud. And that's what makes this different from every other royal rumor in history. This isn't about speculation over affairs or family drama. This is about a potential, deliberate, sustained deception of the public, the royal family and the Commonwealth. If the allegations are true, it means Meghanmarkle lied, repeatedly and elaborately, about one of the most fundamental aspects of her life, and she did so for personal gain. The motive is obvious, an heir and a spare. That's what Harry needed. That's what she needed to secure her position. A baby, especially a boy, especially one born on British soil into the line of succession, was worth its weight in gold. It was insurance. It was leverage. It was proof that she belonged, that she had fulfilled her duty, that she could not be easily discarded. But what if she couldn't carry a child? What if there were medical reasons, personal reasons, reasons we'll never know that made pregnancy impossible or inadvisable? In that scenario, she faced a choice. Be honest, where decides to investigate properly. Medical records get subpoenaed. Staff members break their NDAs. The whole thing unravels. Or options. Catherine never did that. Diana never did that. It's not typical behavior. Unless, of course, you're trying to ensure that a prosthetic stays in place. Unless you're trying to remind everyone, constantly, that you are pregnant and therefore untouchable, beyond criticism. And what about the due date? That was another moving target. Initially, we were told spring 2019. Then it was late April, early May. Then sources said May. The vagueness was unusual. Royal births are planned with military precision. Hospitals are booked. Medical teams are on standby. Security is arranged. You don't get to be vague about due dates when you're sixth in line to the throne. And yet, vague is exactly what they were. Archie finally arrived, or was finally presented to the world. The circumstances were bizarre beyond measure. The initial announcement said Meghan had gone into labor in the early hours of the morning. Then, hours later, a second announcement revealed that she had actually already given birth. The timeline made no sense. Then came the claim that the birth took place at Portland Hospital, one of London's most exclusive private maternity facilities. But there were no photographs of Meghan entering or leaving. No confirmation from the hospital itself. No sighting by any of the journalists who camp outside that location for precisely this kind of event. Months later, the birth certificate was altered. The original document listed Meghan's names in full. The revised version removed them, leaving only Her Royal Highness the Duchess of Sussex. The official explanation was that it was corrected to bring it in line with protocol, but the change was made quietly and only came to light when a journalist spotted it. Why the secrecy? Why the alteration? What was on that original certificate that needed to be changed? Then there's the presentation of Archie to the world. It took place at Windsor Castle, in a staged photo call that looked more like a magazine shoot than a royal introduction. Archie was tiny, suspiciously tiny for a baby who was supposedly born 2 days earlier. Newborns have a very specific look. They're puffy, red, wrinkled. Archie looked like he was several weeks old. Midwives and maternity nurses commented on this at the time. He didn't look freshly born. He looked like a baby who had already spent some time in the world. And Meghan herself, she emerged in high heels and a white dress, looking absolutely immaculate. Now, I'm not saying women can't look good shortly after giving birth, but 2 days postpartum, after first birth, which typically involves significant physical trauma, most women are struggling to walk, still bleeding, exhausted beyond measure, wearing the most comfortable clothes they own. Meghan looked like she just stepped off a yacht in the Mediterranean, not a hair out of place. No sign of the physical ordeal that childbirth entails. It was almost superhuman. Or, alternatively, it was the appearance of someone who hadn't actually given birth at all. Fast forward 2 years, Lilibet's birth, even more secrecy, even less information. The announcement came via a spokesperson, no hospital line of succession. His status, his titles, his future position all depend on the legitimacy of his birth. If there was deception involved, if the royal family was misled about the nature of his conception and birth, that's not just a private matter, that's a matter of national significance. And this is why Meghan cannot afford for this story to be properly investigated. Because a proper investigation means medical records. It means testimony under oath. It means forensic examination of the photographs and videos. It means talking to the hospital staff, the supposed medical team, anyone who was allegedly present. It means opening every...
Is because, of course, they are global characters, they're global celebrities. They've caused enormous damage to the royal family. And we're all fascinated how this is going to end. And that's the nature of my book. She's now paying the price of betrayal.
In both of your books, you paint a picture of Meghan Markle as very ambitious, very fame-hungry, interested in social position and money. Are her ambitions at odds with what Harry wants?
Yes. I mean, Harry, if you are well, she was the third and now the fifth in line to succession, and you're a member of the royal family, your ambition isn't clearly material. I mean, he had all the money he needed. He had all the fame he needed. He had the applause he needed. The point about Meghan is she was looking for fame. She was looking for applause. She was looking for international recognition.
We get briefings to friendly journalists about how hurt she is, how this is all so unfair, how she's being victimized yet again. The lady doth protest too much, methinks. There's an old investigative journalism principle: follow the energy. When someone reacts with disproportionate emotion to a particular line of questioning, that's where the truth is buried. That's where you dig. And the clear, which tells us everything. Let me take you back to the beginning, to the pregnancy announcement in October 2018. The timing was exquisite, wasn't it? Announced during the royal tour of Australia, at the exact moment when Meghan was facing her first...
One of the many revelations in the book. I mean, the jam, which was meant to be the strawberries picked in her garden and then lovingly turned into jam on the hob in her kitchen with Lilibet looking on, in fact is a spread manufactured in Ohio, Illinois, and put into a rather attractive jar. We tracked the jar makers down too, and they sold very few of the jars to the Illinois bottling plant and manufacturing. So of course not.
Versus won't is interesting, isn't it? Because both possibilities are damning. If she can't produce the evidence, it's because the evidence doesn't exist, because the births didn't happen.